Hey everybody, I believe you're going to find this video very useful. This is actually problem 20 on page 521 of your textbook. And the main thing I want to point out here is the directions in your book say round your solutions to the nearest tenth if necessary. Now, I don't want you to do that. I would rather have you write your answer in exact simplified form. So we will demonstrate that here today. So the first thing you'll notice is this is not in standard form equal to 0. So we're going to have to start by setting it into standard form equal to 0. And I'll subtract 4x from each side. We'll get 5x squared minus 4x minus 2 is equal to 0. And again, just like in the last video, I prefer to actually state my a, b, and c values. So the quadratic coefficient is 5, b is negative 4, and c is negative 2. If we were in class together, you'd hear me sing the jingle over and over again, so I'll do my best over video. X is the opposite b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Again, this is something that I require students to memorize. It's going to help you out in geometry. It's going to help you out in Algebra 2. It's just something that you should challenge yourself to do this week is memorize the quadratic formula and be able to use it. Now we're making substitutions. X is equal to the opposite of b. The opposite of a negative 4 is positive 4 plus or minus the square root b squared or negative 4 squared minus 4ac, 4 times a, which is 5, times c, negative 2, all over 2a, or 2 times 5. X is equal to 4, plus or minus the square root of 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. I have a negative times a negative, plus 40. All over 2 times 5 is 10. Now we've got 16 plus 40. X is equal to 4 plus or minus the square root of 56 all over 10. Now, if it's possible to simplify the square root of 56, I would like you to actually go through and do that. And in this case, it is possible. We can break 56 down. We're going to say x is equal to 4 plus or minus, I would say 56, the square root of 4 times the square root of 14. And this is still all over 10. Okay, the square root of 4 is 2. So we're going to get x is equal to 4 plus or minus 2 times the square root of 14 all over 10. Okay. Finally, you're going to want to simplify the fraction just a little bit, and I would say, you could even write this as like 4 tenths plus or minus this 2 times the square root of 14 tenths, and then just simplify. 4 tenths is the same thing as 2 fifths, plus or minus 2 tenths, that's the same thing as 1 fifth, or I would just write the square root of 14 over 5. And then finally, my answer, I would say x is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 14 all over 5. This is what I'm looking for in most reduced form. So you'll simplify any radical parts and then simplify the fraction if possible. Okay, folks, have a great day. I hope that was a useful video. We'll talk to you later.